Alright guys, so this gonna be a video on how to change your rotors, clean your spindle, take your brakes off and change your brakes. First thing I had to do, get a light. It was getting a little dark outside, had to get a light. So said to myself, okay, this is my first time, so let me just take step one. Step one, I just pulled my rotor, try to match it up, which was like 11-inch. So I said, okay, so I took the brake calipers off. I had to set those to the side. It's actually my first time changing brakes, so I didn't want anything to fall. The same way you take it off, same way you put it in. Then you get you a flathead, kind of knock that little dust plate off. Try to not do it on one side, do it on both sides. So when you pull that off, set it to the side. It's gonna be like a quarter pin. Take that quarter pin off. It's a nut that you can't get to because of the quarter pin gonna be in the way. So you get you some flathead, or needle nose, and try to play with it. Put it on up. Once you do that, guys, I called myself trying to unscrew this bolt with this wrench, but that didn't work because it was already loose, so I didn't need it. Anyway, took the bolt off easily. Now this the first thing I did. The same way I took it off, same way I put it in. So I just set that to the side and I try to do it the same way it came in so I know. Do it to where you know. Alright, so right then you're gonna slide your rotor off. That's your old rotor. And this how it's gonna look. I called myself try to keep things, but I couldn't. So I try to just match it up the best way I can, about it being my first time. So yep, it did match up. Cool. All right, so this is the plate that I had. It's a dust cover plate. So I kept that. So I was like, okay, let me make sure it's the right one. So I took the bolts off, out my old one, which I noticed, man, I got dirt everywhere. So I just got me a flathead screwdriver, just got the chillings of dirt off. And I noticed like everywhere I was getting to, dirt was just everywhere. So clean, 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 scrape, 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 scrape. It took me a little minute to do that, but I didn't know it was that much. So let me show y'all how much of a pain, how much dirt that was on this rotor. I mean the spindle. So as I scrape, 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 I thought I was done. I thought it was part of the axle, but it wasn't. So it's gonna take a minute, y'all. Y'all just get out there and just scrub, scrub, scrub. I know the plate gonna cover it up, but still try to get all this stuff off because you still want to look good. So now I'm finna show y'all how much dirt was in here. Look, all this dirt is just gunked up, y'all. I'm so shocked. Like I did not know. I thought it was part of the axle. All this stuff is just crazy. So this is how you clean your spindle. Look at this. All that dirt is just caked up in there. Don't look good at all, especially if you got a hot rod. If you're gonna change everything, you might well do it all. So after I got to doing all this, y'all, I just got to working, 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 working. I really thought I would never finish. Now my ball joint had dirt caked all around. I couldn't even see it. Now this is how she looked when she just scraped. I scraped all that, sprayed it with some brake cleaner. Brake cleaner do help. So just scrub, scrub, spray, spray, wipe, wipe. So now y'all, you see she looking better than she was. Now I can see the whole ball joints. I can see the top of my ball joint, the bolts, the sides, and all that stuff. So I was so excited. I kind of stopped right there. Then I said, you know what? Let me buy some shocks. I went ahead and placed my shocks. So I wanted to get that out of the way. So guys, this is how you do it. Just do step by step, the same way you take it in, take it off, the same way you're gonna put it in. So I just got to clean it, clean it, clean it, wiping down, make sure everything was A1 before I get to putting everything back on. So wipe, 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 wipe. So now it's time to spray. So I got some brake caliber, no, some caliber paint, some all black gloss caliber paint, and I just painted, painted, painted. The reason I got that because it was dirt resistant, it was heat resistant, all that stuff. So I sprayed, sprayed, sprayed to get that little shine to it, to almost make it seem like it was new. So get the brake caliber paint. If you going with black, get black. It's gonna look new. So I just got to spraying everything. Everything I touched, everything I know that was black, I just sprayed it. Then I got my new dust cover plate. Went ahead and popped that on. Put my bolts in. It's got like 3 bolts you gonna take out. So got that, and then got my drill. You're gonna drill them in tight. You can use your hand tight if you want to, but drill them in tight. After that, it started getting a little dark, so I was like, let me show y'all how I look now. This is how I look now, and it's already looking good, y'all. So after that, I said, okay, let me go ahead and get my rotor and stuff. Let me go on and grease my rotor. You're gonna grease the back of the spindle. You're gonna grease everything. Put your back, uh, what's name in? The same way you take it out, same way you put it in. Your I can't think of the names right now. But y'all get it. You're gonna do all that, put grease in it, put all your pins, your quarter pin, all that stuff. Your wheel bearing, that's the name of it. Put your wheel bearing on the back, put your wheel bearing on the front. Grease, 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 grease. After that, put your tire on. Boom. After you tighten everything down, don't snug it too tight, but you get it to where how you took it off, that's how you put it on. So now y'all can see. Now it's light time. So just picture yourself far away and you see me pull up. What you gonna see? First thing you'll say, man, he got a whole new front end. But technically, I just clean, clean, clean. Show y'all the other side. Now that rotor, the plate, the dust cover, all that stuff look good. New brakes.